Hello, we're visiting Nashville again this year in 2025. If you remember, last year we visited Nashville and we did a video called Nashville, a Great Town, and it is a great town. We visited Broadway and the main downtown Nashville. This time though, we wanted to visit a different part of Nashville, and our goal was to go to the Centennial Park, west of downtown Nashville, approximately 2 miles. Since Google Maps said it would take approximately 20 minutes to go by bike, I used one of those electric bikes, and then I used Google Maps to find my way to Centennial Park. The maps, Google Maps, told me to go through Vanderbilt University, and I started thinking that doesn't quite sound right. As I made my way into the campus, it said turn right, and probably if I followed this bicycle rider going around, I would have probably gone the right way, but instead I decided it would look strange for somebody, a stranger like myself, going into the campus. And I ended up going around the campus, around to finally make it to Centennial Park. When you arrive at Centennial Park, the first big thing you see is Lake Watauga. In Lake Watauga, we see an island, an isolated island that is actually the home of a beehive, and it's a special beehive. The beehive actually supplies the bees for all of the flowers, which we'll see in a later episode. They also sell the honey from the island in Lake Watauga, and you can purchase them online as well. Centennial Park is 132 acres and has various features in it. Among them, a flower garden and the Parthenon. This is an exact replica of the Parthenon in Athens, and it is quite something to see. As you walk around the Parthenon, you see all of the features that you would see in the Parthenon in Athens. This feature was created in 1897 as part of the Tennessee Centennial Exposition, kind of like a World's Fair in today's terms. The Parthenon in Centennial Park is almost an exact duplicate of the Parthenon in Athens, with the exception of this bust. This bust at the start of the Parthenon is a bust of a very special person. Her name was Fannie Lou Hamer, and she's a major civil rights figure. In the early 1960s, she tried to register to vote and was rebuffed multiple times. Finally, in 1963, she was able to vote, and unfortunately, she was punished by getting severely beaten, causing her severe physical harm. Today, she is honored in the very front of the Parthenon. Now we take a little stroll around the Parthenon. You notice that the Parthenon has a very similar appearance to the Lincoln Memorial, and they're both designed similar to the Parthenon and using the same Greek architecture and columns. The Parthenon in Centennial Park follows pretty closely to the dimensions of the Parthenon in Athens, including the use of curves and tilts in the columns to make it look more majestic. This is how you enter the inside of the Parthenon. And on the first floor, it's an art gallery. Then, as you approach the inside of the Parthenon, you go up these steps. As you go to the top of the steps, we see the naos, or the interior of the Parthenon. Inside the naos, we see sculptures by the sculptor Alan Lequire, who spent almost 10 years making the statue of Athena. The Athena is an incredible and just a breathtaking sculpture, 42 feet tall, and it was completed in 1990 after almost 10 years of work by sculptor Alan Lequire. Although the statue was completed in 1990, the gilding process was not completed until 2002, and the painting of her face was also completed at that time. Accompanying Athena was Nike in her right hand, and that was kind of an engineering and artistic wonder. The sculpture of Nike was actually 6'4" in size. And look at the detail, the gilding, the painting, and the facial features of Nike. Really amazing sculpture, something to behold. The shield was another engineering marvel, and also the detail on the shield was tremendous on both sides of the shield. Amazing detail in painting, and along the base they were actually replicas of what was on the base in the Athens.